Hi, this is Jan, the Success Alchemist, and today I'm going to talk about life purpose and soul purpose and why it's so important to discover these. And I know amongst the spiritual and awakened community, it's become quite a priority for you to discover what your life purpose and soul mission is, because it's finding out what it is you're here to do, your unique purpose, that actually creates the meaning and fulfillment that you're looking for in terms of providing the gift, the service, the benefit of your presence at this really critical time in the evolution of humanity and the planet. So I actually discovered my soul purpose and life purpose with the help of my horse, believe it or not. And that's quite a long story. I've shared some of it in a previous video, but he really came into my life at a point where I was then catalyzed into shifting my attention completely through the process of rehabilitating him and learning everything I could about equine psychology, equine behavior. And in the process, stumbling across a book called The Tao of Equus by Linda Koenoff, which is her story of emotional rehabilitation through the horse. And the thing that really stimulated me to embark on my spiritual journey was when she mentioned in the book about reincarnation. And I had this really strong feeling that I should investigate this more. And it was through following the breadcrumb trail that I, found out more about reincarnation and so many things in the metaphysical world about the fact that we choose to come here, we choose a particular mission, and we then have to go through this process of awakening to that and discovering that at whatever time of life is appropriate. And for me, it was in my mid-50s. But I realized that everything that had led up to that point had contributed to, if you like, my apprenticeship to fulfilling my purpose. And it was through the work I did and the learning and the research that I also was introduced to the law of attraction and manifestation, and the understanding the process of manifestation has been a real passion of mine, which is why I love to share it as well, because it's so much more multi-dimensional than the kind of oversimplified description of it that's provided in the movie and the book, The Secret. Well, I actually had to go through a process to discover my purpose, and it's one that I now use with my clients. And really, it's a case of reviewing everything that you've experienced up to this point. And even though you may not have fully stepped into your purpose in the years leading up to where you are now, I'm sure when you review it, you'll recognize the contribution that every experience has had in terms of equipping you and qualifying you for what it is in your heart you know you're here to do. And it's a case of going back and looking at your natural gifts and talents, looking at the skills you've developed, the experience you've had, and the knowledge you've gained, and even the qualifications, and really looking at it to determine a theme in everything that is recurring and indicates the role that you are here to play. And I did this for myself at a very, very pivotal stage of my life. I went back and reviewed everything, my childhood, my growing up, what I enjoyed in terms of hobbies and passions, my university days, and also my 24 years in corporate IT and then in internet consulting. And what the theme that came through to me was a real passion about helping people, really helping them to develop their skills, achieve their ambitions and their goals, and supporting them in being successful. And this was in my days as a project manager, and it was because of that very collaborative approach and the form of leadership that I chose to practice that our projects always turned out successful, because everyone was pulling their weight, knowing that they were appreciated and supported. And so that's why I moved into coaching and mentoring. But I also had a real interest in business and marketing, and that's why I incorporate the practical tools as well as the mindset and manifestation teaching that I provide. So that's life purpose. And if you would like a copy of the exercise that I work on with my clients to help them discover their life purpose, then just pop a comment below, and I will arrange to get that exercise to you. I'll also put a link in the description as well. Now, what about soul purpose? The interesting thing about soul purpose is that it is our life purpose that provides the environment for us to fulfill our soul purpose, because it's the challenges of living that create the challenges of being. So the life purpose is all about doing, and the soul purpose is all about being. And I discovered a great tool for identifying soul purpose, and I've used it with every client, and it's really given them some major aha moments. And it's a book by Dan Millman, and I hope I can show this properly because I end up putting it in the wrong place. The Life You Were Born to Live, a guide to finding your life purpose. And he refers to life purpose, but I call it soul purpose, because this is really based on what spiritual growth, what core issues you're here to deal with. And in my case, it was, or it is, abundance and power. And Dan's process is based on Pythagorean numerology. So it's really just based on your date of birth. And from that, you work out your life path. And it's interesting because it also illustrated to me that the early experiences in childhood, that quite often when we have challenges, we look at them from more of a victim point of view, that it's something we have to recover from. But what I discovered is that what we experience in childhood is actually showing us what we're here to work through, because we start in the negative manifestation of it, and it's doing the inner work and recognizing those core issues that moves us step by step into the positive manifestation of it. And I know from experience, I've had to work through a lot of issues around scarcity and fear around money. And the experiences I've had, especially the Festival of Enlightenment, which I organized in 2011, was really making me face up to these inner issues. And also I experienced many times when I was disempowered growing up, in school particularly. So that was showing me the negative of what I was meant to move into in the positive. So if you'd like to discover your soul purpose, according to Dan Millman, then you can get a copy of this book on Amazon, and I'll share the link in the description below. The other thing that he has developed as well, and I'll just bring it up on my phone, is a life purpose app. I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit reflective, but it's very handy, because instead of having to work out the calculation of your life path and risk getting it wrong, which I've done a couple of times with clients, all you need to do is to put in your date of birth into the app, and it will automatically calculate what your life path is. And then it has all the detail about your life path in the app. And the other interesting thing is you can also put in two birth dates to look at your relationship number. So if you're in a marriage, or if it's a relationship with children, or even a business relationship, you can put your date of birth and the other person, and you'll get a relationship number, which then gives you the explanation about the purpose behind that relationship. So it's a really handy tool to have. And once you understand what that soul purpose is, it then stops the judgment that we have about ourselves, because often we have to repeat these lessons in order to finally get to that place of positivity about it. So instead of beating ourselves up for making the same mistake and getting into the same situations over and over, it's much more empowering to recognize that, well, of course I'm going to get these challenges because that's what I've come here to work through, and I've actually chosen this. So I can let go of all that victim mentality and embrace the challenges as the path to that higher consciousness and that achievement of soul purpose. So I hope that's helped you. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you would like and share it and comment below. And as I say, if you would like a copy of the life purpose exercise, let me know in the comments. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.